Good afternoon, YouTube. Thanks for the happy birthday to Serpent Line and Snickles. I got some supplies here that I found. These are good for the water filters to hook up the plastic bottle to the bucket, and these are more die grinders. I should have been using these other ones, these other discs, these more abrasive discs. The wheel that broke, that was actually just for cutting only. It wasn't really made to go up and down or just to grind off things. I'm not really positive, but I mean, just the edge on the other wheel was supposed to be for cutting metal. This could also grind metal too. I've used this to grind metal, but this is usually to smoothen and grind plastic, like I was doing when that broke. So I'm gonna have to pretty much, I gotta find the wrench to this too, and I think I bent it and some of it broke, and luckily I had this shield, and I actually have to remove, take this back apart, and then so basically put this on there, and then I've got the die grinder pieces. I'm actually going to save them. I think I don't know, it just happened in like a second where I might have stood up and then like moved the whole piece, and then it nicked something, and I don't know. And this is supposed to hook up to this filter right here, just somewhere in one of the holes to kind of hold it on the edge of a bucket up. So I've been filtering out on this water. I actually moved this table in here. I've been trying to finish these covers up. It just seemed really long because I used silicone in the process and things like that, and silicone started getting really soft, and I had to go back and re-glue and actually look and see which edge needs more glue. Like this right here might need a little bit more in spots, and I gotta take advantage of knowing the top and the bottom side. I gotta also scrape off some stuff that basically you know, just drip down, and I can use an X-Acto knife to trim up some spots. But these all should be fitted, and pretty much I gotta basically finish aquascaping. I'm gonna use these two in the back, these two kind of like air filter type things, and I'm trying to make one more air filter. I only have two pumps, air pumps, and all these might get HOB filters, but that's just, you know, if I were to set up these tanks and things. But I'm not gonna really I'm just trying to make more of the tanks and enclosures and aquascapes more than it takes quite a lot of work, takes a lot of planning, knowing the space you have, and it takes some sort of money to buy all the hardware and actually aquariums, you know, to make something really nice. But you know, since I have a lot of DIY stuff that I can make things, I've been making quite a few things. I've been making planters. You know, there's a planter right down there, and I've been trying to glue used stuff together and try to actually arrange something nice, but I just haven't you know, and finding the best resources for my for some of the money and funding and things. You know, I'm putting rocks on plastic trays so the glass doesn't really so it won't cause the glass any problems with a crack or a fracture, or even rock. So I'm actually probably gonna just add, filter out enough water. This actually does have some sort of tint. It's just on the surface. I could kind of see, some different blotches, and I was actually hoping this would take out some of the oil floating on the top. And most sumps, they should have, they do have, or most good sumps would have baffles and then would actually have a foam pad floating on the top rather than just the filter socks and then, all the other stuff. A foam pad floating on the top can actually it can actually block off a lot of the oil and things that that pretty much float on the surface, and then hopefully more clean water is used. It's they have a thing called a belt, a oil belt, where it just skims the oil actually and then takes it out of the volume. So, but those looked a little costly and things like that. But if you find some at a hardware store or something, or somebody has extra stuff of this, it's not bad to try to use the filter floss as an oil skimmer. That's all. It took out most of it, but the water still isn't 100% clear. This is actually good. I would think it's good water, but I would have to TDS, total dissolved solid, meter this, or I could try to use a water test strip. But so basically this is kind of like the final water that I kind of get. Just using my basic, this little basic filter and a siphon hose. It's not a bad process, but this water right here isn't really ready to go into the aquarium because the aquarium is not ready. I've been just looking at these air filters. They seem okay. This one might be a little too full. But it basically, you could pretty much, I basically just move the rocks around and even turn it upside down and put the sponge all the way up to the top and things like that. And then I can't wait to use it again. Perhaps on this aquarium. Things, these aquariums are all used and stuff. So basically, towards, making these videos, I actually have to rethink if it's pretty good video to continue making, and then having to find sources to make videos, DIY videos. But it seems okay. I actually, wanted to scrape off some glue and things and then try another way and things like that. I would have to actually go, take out this back tank because there's 3 glue spots on the other side and things like that. But I'm just going to leave it alone for now. And basically, this aquarium cover on the top just needs to be washed. It's pretty clean, but basically in putting them together, gluing them together and things like that, I could practically clean the aquarium that's going to go on and then fill it up, final aquascape it and then fill it up with water and then add the cover and some of the equipment. The only thing is I have another one of these lights, but the bulb is kind of like a 15-watt fluorescent, and these are just regular. So I might even, I might switch this light onto that aquarium, and then I'm gonna set up the water pump. Whereas this is gonna actually have the double water pump. Even though these are two things, I connected them with a T splitter, and then I could just use one pump outlet, and then the other pump outlet I'm gonna have to either use it for the rope of air, or I'm gonna actually use it for the air rope, which is over here. Um, just because this is pretty deep, but I'm gonna have some rocks and branches. Is pretty much branches or live plants would go pretty good with the aquarium and things. But it's just the soil. The only thing I have is pretty much some gravel. I could put that in, make it into a decent planter, and I could try to put some plants in there. But that's really going pretty much far as just how these aquariums would be set up and things like that. And it's pretty tough. I actually, all these builds, these DIY things, they're great ideas, but with the TV light and the aquarium covers, they're good ideas, but it's pretty much on a custom type of build. Whereas you want things perfect, you want things to go easy and perfect, or have all the materials, and then really finish them in a fluid build. But it wasn't that fluid, but they're not bad builds. It's just I need to figure out to do it better and things. And there's pretty much, this is pretty much the top of it, and I can actually clean up a lot of it and things like that. It was and then it should pretty much be finished. I didn't think these covers would be so important, and for some of these aquariums, and for me it's pretty much what I was involved in, and it's pretty tough. I gotta get better grinders and better tools and things if I'm gonna do this all the time, and basically hope that at the pace that I'm going, it's really not that great of progress, basically. And most people will probably have things really put together well, have had all the, but yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. It's a hard hobby, because it's just so many pieces that come together, and people do it just for the satisfaction of keeping a fish and things. And that's the real satisfaction of it, is having a pet fish, nice pet fish to enjoy. But putting it together is pretty much all these disasters getting fixed and put together as one for, and even that branch, and finding branches, and just spending more time into nice aquariums and things. So thanks for watching. I'm gonna have to basically glue a little bit more on this cover. I did feel, but this is the top side, so I'm more concerned with the bottom. smooth slide, which should be really clean and hardly any bumps and things like that. But yeah, I can't wait to finally finish this, and then enjoy seeing it not warping and things like that, and giving the aquarium a nice light filter. So I'll talk to you next time. Have a good day. Bye.